Hello and welcome everybody to today's Gold and Silver Club presenting the Commodities Corner, presented of course by myself, Phil Carr and Nick Kelsey. So guys, today we've got a lot to cover on the commodities front. There's a lot going on at the moment that we need to look at. So we're going to cover during the live session a review of the commodities market. This week we'll be looking at our top trades of the week. We'll be covering live technical analysis and trading. We'll be identifying highly profitable trade setups. So look at the week ahead, so the key events looking forward. And of course, we'll be answering any questions you may have as well. So if you've got any questions, do fire those over as well. Okay, so the big news this week, well, gold has rises to a 3-week high as geopolitical tensions boost safe haven demand. Gold price surged to a 3-week high on Friday as growing geopolitical tensions in Iraq and Ukraine boosted safe haven appeal. Gold prices strengthened on Thursday after US President Barack Obama authorized airstrikes in Iraq to put an end to the onslaught by the militants and began airdrops of humanitarian supplies. Gold price opened the week on Monday at $1,282 an ounce and touched $1,322 an ounce by Friday morning, up 3.12% or 400 points just within 5 days. So August seasonality is definitely starting to kick in. Iraq is, of course, the world's biggest oil producer in OPEC, and the news also had a bullish impact on crude oil prices on Friday morning. WTI crude oil rose 0.77% to trade at 98.09 a barrel, whilst Brent crude oil advanced 0.88% to 106.38 cents a barrel at the same time. So as the turmoil in Iraq intensifies, oil prices are likely to advance further in the short term. So we'll certainly take a look at that as well from the technicals. So meanwhile, the market spotlight remains focused on Russia, of course. Early in the week, NATO reported that Moscow had deployed troops on the border with Ukraine in preparation for a possible ground invasion, which also boosted demand for commodities. On Thursday, Russia banned imports of food from the US and the EU in response to sanctions from the West, and this raised concerns over potential disruptions to commodity exports from Russia, such as oil, natural gas and wheat, driving prices for these commodities higher, as highlighted in our top trades of the week. Okay, so we shall look at that very shortly on our top trades. Before we do so, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. Also responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, and a regular contributor to a number of financial publications. So I speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Kelsey, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. Through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications. We've appeared frequently on financial television. Okay, so that's just a bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. So currently, gold is actually trading at $1,314 an ounce. So we're a bit shy of the highs this morning of $1,322. We'll take a look at that very shortly as well. Okay, so before we do so, we'll just have a look at the top trades of the week here using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. So first of all, we have, of course, gold this week has been a fantastic breakout. I've had several opportunities to get in this week. First of all, a breakout above 12.97, a breakout yesterday above 13.10 as well for gold. So very straightforward breakout trades we've had. This one was for a buy entry above $1,297 an ounce. We also had natural gas breakout earlier on this week, a rise trade for the price to be higher, buying above an entry price there at 3.891. So we've got a lovely breakout on natural gas earlier on this week. Then there was an opportunity to get in again off the inventories yesterday. We'll take a look at that because I think we've got a nice setup on natural gas at the moment. Brent crude oil also found support yesterday. We came down to that very important support zone for the Brent crude oil market, and we rallied nicely. So entering there at 104.75. We'll take a look at that on the technicals as well. Very simple rise trade for the price to be higher. Okay, so there's a lot going on in the commodities markets. As usual, Friday is giving us lots of trade opportunities. So very simply, we'll be looking at two types of trade set up today. We'll be looking at the rise and fall type of trades on our charts today. So very simply, if you select rises, you win the payout. If the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price, and if you select falls, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll move it over to the technicals here, and we'll take a look. I think first of all, in fact, we'll start off. We'll take a look at gold. We'll take a look at everything, but we'll take a look at natural gas first. It seems to be giving us a nice little setup at the moment. Okay, so bear with me as I just share my screen with you. Okay, good. So if you do have any questions at all, do keep those coming as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go on to natural gas because I want to take a trade on natural gas at the moment. So I'm going to go across. We'll go to sectors, and I'm going to go across to the energy sector. We'll move it over to the natural gas index. See what percentage payout we've got here. So 91% payout. So very simply, let me talk you through this chart. So what happened yesterday, probably break it down just into a slightly tighter time frame. We had a nice breakout this week. We broke above some key resistance here. We broke out all the way up. It's about 60-point move up to the next key resistance above. Now, this is the natural gas storage inventories move, okay, which is why natural gas inventories can be very lucrative. We immediately got a sell-off. Natural gas gave back all of its gains. This was a nice opportunity for us to take our profits off the table. Now, it's just come back, retested previous resistance. That's new support. And I'll be looking for a breakout now back up to the mother candle high. It's about a 90-point move. You can see on the daily here, this is where the previous resistance was, providing a new support. I really like this trade for natural gas. So just going to get the best price, 91% payout. So I'm looking for a 1,567 deposit for a $3,000 payout. So I'm just going to purchase that contract. Okay, that has been done. So I like that natural gas setup a lot. So we'll move over. We'll have a look also at Brent crude oil. So Brent crude oil, we've been discussing this for a while. This major support zone did actually hold yesterday. We came so close to breaking the 104 level, but Brent crude oil held. And as I discussed at the beginning, this was helped by the fundamentals, the airstrike at the moment, which occurred in Iraq just yesterday. And we've seen a big surge to the upside, over a 200-point move, supported, very supported level. This time of year is very typically strong for commodities, so particularly oil as well. So you're seeing at the moment, we've come back up to the overall, the resistance line of this just trend channel, got a V-shaped reversal pattern here as well. But I do see more upside as we go into next week on oil as well. Getting a little bit of a pullback here. I just you can see a nice 200-point spike from yesterday. But that 104 zone, if you caught some nice setup, there were some good setups here on the tighter time frame. You can see just on the tighter time frames here, we've got into that trade, nice rise trade for the price to be higher. We'll just take a look at WTI crude oil as well. At WTI crude oil, by zooming out on the chart, you can see major trend line, the third test of this major trend line that's still in play at the moment. Again, August seasonality, this could be very lucrative for some more buy entries. I like this. It's pulled back further actually than WTI, so I like this for a buy at the most. Pull back further than Brent, sorry. So I'm going to go for some exposure here for the crude index. Okay, so very simply, I'm going to go start trading. I'm going to go to sectors, energy sector. We're interested in crude oil here. 3-hour trade. I'm just looking for the price to be higher. Just need to finish 1 pip higher, and I'll win the entire payout on this particular trade. Okay, so I'm just going to get the best price, and I'm going for a return here, 81% return for a 3-hour trade for the price to be higher. So we'll take that for crude. Okay, so that has been done. So again, the energy is looking good at the moment. Let's just take a look at the US dollar index. The US dollar index just ricocheting between support and resistance. What I'd like to see now is a break below 81.34. If we do get a break below 81.34, this will be bearish for the US dollar and bullish for the other metals which move inversely to the US dollar index. So this could certainly be supportive for gold, silver, platinum, palladium, copper if we do get a breakdown the US dollar. So you want to keep a close eye on this. So again, if we break below the 81.34 level here with the US dollar index, this is going to be bullish for the metals. So very important level for us to break. If we break out higher here to the highs, particularly the weekly highs here, if we do get a break above 81.78, this will indeed be bearish for the metals, and I would expect a bit of a pullback. Nothing major, too major at the moment. We've got a lot of supportive fundamentals and seasonality for gold right now, so I wouldn't expect a major pullback. Might give you a better entry for a buy. In fact, we'll take a look at gold right now. So gold, we've had a couple of breakouts over the last week, which you could have traded. We had a breakout earlier on in the week, just on Monday. We had a breakout from this consolidation zone. We had a breakout also at non-farm payroll. We held the 1280 zone. So we discussed that last week. We were looking for 1280 level to hold. That was an important level for gold to hold. It did hold that zone, had a nice breakout to the upside. It's been 400 points in the last week from the lows to the highs. So it's been a really decent surge over the last week. So what I'll be looking at now is additional opportunities to get in long here. So we're getting a little bit of a pullback, inverse hammer just on the 4-hour time frame here. You can see that's pulling back. Got a little bit of a trend channel starting to form already here on gold, and you may get a little buy opportunity here based on just looking at the resistance from last night, 13.14. That may hold. We may see another bounce to the upside. We've got the US session starting shortly in the next hour, just over an hour or so. So we'll probably see more support here for gold. So very interested to see how gold's going to close the week. But we are seeing a lot of good upside at the moment so far. In August, the rally has started. Silver is also one to watch. So silver is a bit of a delayed reaction here. Silver usually follows gold within 24 to 48 hours. We're just holding key support here at 1973. Again, I'll be looking at more upside here for the silver market. The other markets, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, have already had decent moves to the upside. You look at platinum and palladium. So palladium held on to its key support zone. That got tested on Monday and Tuesday. That key level did hold. Platinum here as well. Platinum did test the major trend line. That held as well. So we expect more upside here. Just taking a look at copper. Copper's also getting a bit of a lift today. We've got this key support zone, which was previous resistance at the 33.1546 level. So I do see that as being a good buy zone here as well for copper. I may actually come back and take that trade in just a second. I like the energies at the moment. Just looking over to the grains here. So corn still staying within its downward trending channel. We discussed last week that we'd be looking to take a break of 13.51 for a sell or a break of 368 for a buy. We're still fairly muted here on corn. So we're still waiting for confirmation in either direction. We haven't quite had that yet, and we're looking for a breakout either to the upside or to the downside. Moving across to wheat. Wheat has also been quite strong actually this week. Ukraine and Russia, of course, one of the largest importers of wheat worldwide, and we have seen there's been quite a big impact on that this week, particularly with a lot of the fundamental news coming out of Russia and Ukraine at the moment. We've seen quite a big spike. We've got quite a few days of gains here. We've come up to a resistance zone at 57148. What I'd like to see here for more upside is either this breakout tomorrow, either a breakout today or on Monday, a break above 571.50. We'll take a long position here. We'll get in for a buy. Otherwise, for the time being, we'll hold back and wait for further confirmation. But for a buy here to break out of this trend channel and also this basing out pattern that we've got at the moment as we form a base for wheat, we need a break above 571 at the moment. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Just going back over to the metals here. So gold, there you go. Nice little bout. I tell you what, based, I bet you we've got a setup here on the time frame. Yeah. Based on this little bounce that we're getting at the moment, I'm going to take a pullback trade on gold. It's very strong at the moment. You've got a little trend channel starting to form here as well. Got a previous resistance at 314, bouncing off 314 here as well. I suspect we're going to get more upside as we come into the afternoon here on gold. We're going to close strong. So I'm going to go for a long. We've already got several gold positions on from earlier on in the week, so it's just building into that trade now. We'll take this for a day trade. So as well as having your swing trade positions, you want your day trade positions on as well. Okay, so I'm going to go for this just for the price to end higher by the end of the day. So 80% payout for $1,666, $3,000 payout. Very happy to take that trade on gold. So it just needs to finish 1 pip higher than 13.14 today. Also, I like the copper setup at the moment. I think silver is going to be a bit delayed reaction. We'll probably get more upside next week, but I like copper. We'll just break it down into a tighter time frame here. You can see copper is a nice little hammer there forming on the 1 hour at the moment. Got this consolidation zone which is starting to break through as well. So I'm going to take that trade on copper as well. I see more upside with copper. Copper and silver having a bit of a delayed reaction. Definitely the star performers this week have been gold, platinum and palladium with the metals, and of course the energies. We've seen natural gas and wheat have some solid breakouts at the upside, and Brent crude oil just yesterday. Okay, here you go. So this is copper just breaking out, so I won't take too long to take this trade. We need to get into it. Fairly sharpish sectors. I will go with the metal sector, get best price. So we need to be in about a 3-hour trade here. Yeah, there we go. So $1,653, the deposit here for a 81% payout. Current price 3.1765, so we just need to break above that over the next 3 hours, close above. Okay, that's been done. And also, if you want to get exposure to the metal sector in general, you can do that as well. Just go to the metals index. They're all looking pretty bullish today already. I think we're going to get more upside here on the US Open as well. So I will go out for a 3-hour trade. Yeah, I'm also going to get direct exposure to the overall metals indexes today as well, which typically you would see straight into the close here on a Friday. So I'm going to take that as well. 3-hour trade just for the price to be higher than the current time at 11:55. So 3 hours time I want to, so that gives us some time to get a rally in the US Open as well. Okay, perfect. That has been done. So as you can see, there's quite a few trade opportunities today, particularly on the metals. So let's just go over to the major news announcements this week. Let me just check if there are any additional questions which have come in here. Okay, good. Right, let's go over to the news. Right, so the week ahead, the key events that we need to look at moving forward. Monday, the 11th of August at 7 p.m. BST, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, the balance of the budget is coming out, which measures the difference in value between the federal government's income and expenditure during the reported month. So a positive number indicates a budget surplus, a negative number indicates a deficit. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Wednesday, the 13th of August at 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the US core retail sales. So core retail sales, they measure the change in the total value of sales at the retail level, excluding automobiles. So it is an important indicator of consumer spending. It's considered as a pace indicator for the US economy. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. The next Wednesday, the 13th of August at 3 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US business inventories. Business inventories measure the change in the unsold goods held by manufacturers, wholesalers and retailers. So a higher reading can indicate a lack of consumer demand. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Then as we move into midweek next week, of course, we have the US crude oil inventories. So that is on Wednesday, 13th of August at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's a regular, very tradable announcement. That data reports a number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in their inventory. Commercial firms report those inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. And then Thursday, the 14th of August at 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the US initial jobless claims. Now that data measures the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. This is the earliest US economic data. Week-to-week numbers can be volatile. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And then Thursday, the 14th of August at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US natural gas storage report and the Energy Information Administration, the EIA natural gas storage report measures the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. So that's a very tradable announcement every single week as well. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for natural gas, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. Yesterday, natural gas, we saw that announcement come through. We've got an immediate sell-off in natural gas. Now there's an opportunity to buy, as we've just taken. Okay, so if you are interested in taking your commodities trading to the next level, particularly in August, you will see some of the other markets will start to quieten down over August. Typically, August for commodities is one of the busiest months of the year. You can see from a fundamental and a geopolitical point of view, things are really starting to escalate over the world at the moment. And this, we've seen it a lot in previous years as well. August is a month of the year where you get a lot of activity, particularly on oil, on the metals, on the grains as well. So if you do want to really take your trading to the next level, give yourself a bit of a gift as you come into August here. You can find out more about the upcoming Gold and Silver Club online trading program. You can join our live trading room program as well, get our daily trade calls. You can go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. You can find out more about this at either our London, our New York, our Johannesburg, our Budapest, or our Hong Kong offices. Just get in touch on the nearest office to you on the screen. Make sure you also subscribe to our newsletter, because you'll get free weekly reports on the precious metals, energies, agriculture, live market analysis, and the prices. I know a lot of you do already, but if you haven't done, just hop over to our website and subscribe. And again, if you'd like to join one of our August workshops or come on the live training room, just get in touch, www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com or one of the numbers below. Okay, so that is it, everyone, for today's Commodities Corner session. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. Good luck with all your trades. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here next week for more Commodity Corner sessions on Tuesday and Friday. So take care, and thanks to Binary.com and the team, of course, and Sharice for putting on, and Olga for putting on today's webinar. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a great one. Cheers. Bye-bye.